Everyone readies up now as we head into the 15 seconds before the lobby starts. The two Cadillac drivers are on top of the driver standings right now. Can they continue that down in Monza, or will they get taken out in the turn one chaos? An intense battle for second place going on between Haas, McLaren, Red Bull, and Aston Martin at the moment. Ferrari are not far behind either. And the Cadillac drivers separated by only 1 point, with the Haas driver 4 points behind P2. Welcome everybody to Monza. A full qualifying, Q1 will eliminate 1 driver, Q2 will eliminate 6 drivers, and then Q3 will be the top 10 shootout. Everyone's still in the garage at the moment, but surely someone will set a nice early lap, get a benchmark in. Who's going to brave it first? That's the question. Also, I've never done commentary before, so this is not going to be that great. As cars head out onto the track now. The Aston Martin leading the way. Let's get some... Aston Martin's out, the Alpine's out, both Alpines out, Ferrari is also out. Still on board with the Alpine now, as the Aston Martin now, even as they are going to be the first to set a flying lap. Just taking it nice and easy. Thank you, Fabs. I am not that goated though. Around the final corner now, the Aston Martin building up nicely, using up all of the exit there to get a good run down towards turn 1. Super quickly coming in now. Coming up to the braking. Where will he brake? Oh, it's good. Or a slight slide. And that was going to cost him coming out the exit a little bit. Round sector 1, it's a 26-0. Using up all of the curve on the exit. Nice and quickly. Oh, a bit too much grass there. Absolutely nailing the second part of that corner though. Down into the second straight? The first straight? I don't even know, there's too many straights in this track. Heading into a Ascari, pick your braking point, turn in. Oh, so much curb usage. Nicely done through there. Using up a lot of battery now. Really have enough. into the final corner. Oh, taking it a bit wide. There's no battery left as well. Where's it going to come out? 1:21.0 is the benchmark time set by Carmad in the Aston Martin. The Alpine now, and they're flying up. As the Ferrari slots in behind the Aston with a 1:21.39. Alpine now going for a Ascari. And I think the lap has been aborted. Compared to the other Alpine about to cross the line. It's a slow lap. I'm assuming it was invalidated. Is it not set time? Who else is on laps here? The other Aston of Swagzera is on a good lap so far. Nice and tidy for Ascari. More battery than the Aston Martin had to go down this back straight here. As a Haas driver slots into P2 with about 2/10 off of P1. What can the other Aston Martin do from here though? Up the line, it's going to be close, and he takes provisional pole. No, he doesn't, it's P1. He takes provisional not being knocked out. 5 laps on the board at the moment, 5 temps separating those 5 drivers. The McLaren only 5 temps off in the medium tyres though, so playing it safe hopefully. Right on board now with the Alpine of Nova heading into Ascari, no battery. As a Cadillac goes into provisional first with a 1:20.803. And a Williams out of nowhere, a 1:20.514. Following this Alpine now to the line, using as much battery as he has left. What can we do here? Only a 1:21.3. Who else is on that? The V-carb. Lots of grass there. Straight mode activated. No battery though. This is going to lose him a lot of lap time. Nice and tidy for Ascari, using up all the deploy available for the final corner. Pick your braking point, turn in, all running a bit wide on the corner, exit there. What's it going to be up to the line? Only good enough for P9. Other V-carb coming towards the final corner now. More battery. Turns in nicely. Runs out wide. What's it going to be from here? Only good enough for P10. Only 2 drivers so far have broken into the 120s. The Red Bull are outlap at the moment. The only one in the knockout zone for Q1 so far. Moving nicely out of the way. As we ride on board now with the Audi. Oh, takes a bit of gravel on the front left there. It's not ideal. Get some traffic. Turns into Ascari, nice. Nice and smooth and tidy through there, nothing too fancy. Down towards the final corner, saving up some battery. And the using it all down towards the line. Where is he going to place himself? Currently in the knockout zone. And he improves up to P9, putting the second McLaren down into that knockout. But then McLaren crosses the line, and he goes P2 with a 120.6. Absolute stormer of a lap to get him out of that knockout zone. Mercedes in 17th in the pit right now. The Red Bull of Mika in 16th right now. It's not looking good. The second Cadillac in 15th right now. It's not where he wants to be. Right on board with the Alpine, who is heading towards the final corner. See what lap they can produce. No time on the board so far. Time again. Riding on board with the Cadillac now, who's just coming up to the end of turn 1, sector 1. Now towards this fast chicane now. Good car placement, doesn't take too much curb, doesn't hit any gravel or grass on the exit. That's what we like to see. Turns in nicely for the first part of these corners. He's going to handle the second one. Nicely done, using up all that curb. Down now towards the Ascari ride. Using some battery, they're saving a little bit for straight afterwards, which is good. Oh, a little bit twitchy on the entry there to Ascari. Using up all the remaining battery down this straight towards the final corner. Where is this lap going to place him? Nice and on the curve, a little bit of grass. Hopefully it hasn't messed up his lap too much. Taking the tight line to the line with a 120.561, separated from P1 by just 0.05 of a second. The Alpine into the pit lane. Few drivers on outlaps. McLaren in P10 on the medium tyres though, that will be one to watch out for later on. Riding on board with the Audi now of brother Adam. What's he going to be able to do from here? Turns in nicely. Wide on the exit, trying to gain as much speed as he can towards the line. Crosses the line now. Stays in 12th. Only 900 faster than his previous lap, as the McLaren in P3 retires from the session. Audi just starting a lap, and Red Bull currently on a lap, takes some grass again, just a bit too tight through there. Nice through the second part of the corner though, and the straight towards Ascari, burning a lot of battery, 190, 200 miles per hour. Heading towards Ascari now. Pick your brake and turn in, use up the curbs. Giving you some more curve on the mid corner there. It's still nice and tidy for Ascari. Heading down the back straight now, 200 miles per hour towards the final turn. Pick the braking point, turn in nicely, keeping that tighter line. Using up any remaining amount of battery on the exit. Now towards the line, what's it going to be for Red Bull? It's going to be P8 for the Red Bull with a 121.179. On board now with the Audi in P16 right now, very near the drop zone. 210 towards the final corner. Turns in. Nice. Comes out wide. Using up any amount of battery left over. Towards the line now, what's it going to be for him? That's going to be P8, knocking the Red Bull down to P9 with 121.171. Wow, 8 thousandths of a second separating P8 and P9 right now. But the bottom 3 drivers all on outlaps right now. right on board with the Alpine of Mason as he crosses the line now and starts his flying lap. Braking for turn 1 here, turns in nicely done, a little bit injury desired in that series of corners, but hopefully not too much time lost. We can get safety through to Q2. Head down now to the first fast chicane. Nice and safe through there, no harm in that. Heading now to the fast right-handers. Nice curve on the entry, curve on the exit, now down towards Ascari. How much battery is he going to use? And Ascari, pick the braking, turn in nicely. Oh, a little bit scrappy in the corner there. Very close to the white line to exit. Now down the final straight towards the final turn. Now is he going to brake? Turns in nicely, keeps it nice and tight. Good line through there. Oh. Doesn't actually set a valid lap time. On board with the Mercedes, currently in the drop zone. Oh. No idea what's happened there. Aston Martin P7. Just coming now towards the end of sector 1. Nicely done through there. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. And he abandons his lap 2. Anyone else on a flyer currently? The Alpine of Mason again might just have got track limits there with a lap deletion. Not too sure. The Mercedes currently in the drop zone. Just finished sector 1 heading round. Alpine comes in with a time of 1:24.5, doesn't take him out of 17th place. On board with the Aston once again. As there's a collision, Hybrid and Nova, what has happened there? And Hybrid gets a 5-place grid penalty after a collision during qualifying, during Q1. Aston Martin 7, just going for Ascari right now, currently 8 tenths up. Absolute stormer of a lap so far, getting the slipstream from the slow car ahead. Into the final corner, nice and tight through there. Wide on the exit. Down towards the line, what's it going to be for the Aston Martin? Ooh, up to P4 with a 1:20.652. That's a good lap. On board with the Haas of Boazes, who's currently on a flyer. Ooh, a little bit scrappy through that chicane. Some people on flying laps. 17th, Mason in 17th is going to be out in Q1. See him. The checkered flag and has finished quali. fuzzy, and Mercedes in 18th, better produce an absolutely astonishing lap here as we head towards the line. What's it going to be for the Mercedes? Up to P15, and he is safe. Looks like the RB and the Alpine are going to be out of Q1. The McLaren of hybrid, despite the grid penalty, threw on only a set of medium tyres. Watch out for him in the race with soft tyres. That'll be the end of Q1. The RB and the Alpine out of Q1. So far, Williams on top with a 120.514. Q2 now, only 15 minutes to set the laps and decide the top 10 shootout. This is the most viewers I've ever had on Twitch, god damn. 16 people watching my stream for a second ago. I think I just saw a McLaren going early there. Oh no, it's Ferrari, never mind. On board with the Ferrari as he starts his flying lap here. Good exit out the final corner to set him up nicely for this straight. towards turn 1. Nicely done. They need to fix their game. The telemetry is so broken when you're spectating. Tidy sector 1 so far for the Ferrari. Heading now down the straight towards Ascari. Oh, has to lift off in the middle of Ascari there, just took it a bit too much. And I think that is an abandoned lap. Here is, so it looks like there's a Cadillac on the medium tyres in Q2. Heading now towards the final corner. Took a bit of grass, goes very wide on the exit. As the Williams slots in with an incredible 120.2. Cadillac slots in behind on the medium for the 120.5. And the Mercedes is now 4th, 21.5. The two Cadillacs, only a 10th apart. McLaren in 4th, a 10th off of them. But what a sensational lap by the Williams. 120.2. On board now with the Audi as he heads towards the final corner. What's it going to be across the line here? A 121.09 puts him in 7th place. Heading on board with the Red Bull off Yuka now as he heads towards turn 1. Oh, very deep into turn 1, that's not what you want when you're out flying up. As someone else gets a grid penalty for a collision, and they are out of this session. I would say you are safe in the Williams there, P1 at the moment. Nobody is safe. Fairly faster time from you. I would say don't retire necessarily, but definitely think staying in the pits is probably alright. Towards the line with the Red Bull now. A 121.1 puts him into P8. On board with the Aston Martin heading into turn 1. Tidy through there. Bit of traffic encountered by the Aston Martin. Hopefully he got a slipstream, not dirty air. Heading in through sector 2 now, the two fast right-handers. Look quite safe through there. Nothing wrong with safe. Heading now down the final straight towards the final corner, using up all the battery available. take your braking, turn in. Again, safely there. If safe gets you through the top 10, it's worth it. Heading now towards the line. What's it going to be? P3 with a 120.597. P2 and P3 separated by 0.02 of a second. Still 3 drivers yet to set a lap. We're following the Ferrari now, who's currently in P16 and last. Starts his flying lap now across the line. Down the main straight towards turn 1. Take a braking point. Gently over the curbs. Nice. Around now, the fast, long right-hander. Finishes sector 1 at 27.0. Across the chicane now. Ooh, very close to the grass on the exit there. Fast right-hander. Nicely done. Second fast right-hander. Nicely done using up the exit. Heading now towards Ascari. Keep the braking nicely turned in for Ascari. Nice and smooth through there. Using up all of the space on the exit. Lots of battery to be able to deploy down towards the final corner here now. Brake, turn in, slowly onto the throttle, nice and wide. Oh, he's taking the shorter lane. Towards the line now we cover with the Ferrari. What's it going to be from P16 up to P8 with a 121.0. A tenth separates P8 to P12. Cadillac P2 or mediums, it is crazy work, you're so right. Audi just started a lap here. McLaren currently P5 on a lap, a tenth up on his sector 1 time. On the edge there for the first right-hander. Bit of safety for the second right-hander. Towards Ascari we go now. P10, where are you? There we go. Just gone through the first chicane. Heading now towards the chicane. A tenth up on his time so far. Can I get the screen brighter? I'll see what I can do. No, that's audio. I need graphics settings. There we go. We'll try. Let me know if that's any better. As we head now with the Red Bull towards Ascari. Crosses the line, 6,000ths up. It's autoplay for sector 3 for the Red Bull here. Through Ascari, that is nice and tidy through there. Towards the final corner now. Nice on the curb. Opting for the shorter inside line there, sacrificing a little bit of speed towards the line now. Is he going to improve for P8? He is not. A tenth faster, but it was not enough for him. A bit brighter. I can try. Gonna do that. Well, that is very bright on my TV. Jesus Christ. Is that any better for you? In the chat there. On board with the Audi. someone else. McLaren in P4 retires from the session in the pit lane. He thinks he is safe and through. Only time will tell with 2 minutes 40 to go in Q2 here. As the Audi goes into the pits. On board with the Aston Martin as he goes towards the line now. What's it going to be for him? Is he going to improve from P11? He does, up to P3 with a 20.3. In the drop zone currently is the Ferrari, the Alpine, the Haas, the Mercedes, an Audi, and the other RB, who is still yet to set a time. On board with the Haas now, and I believe it's just about to start a lap, if I am not mistaken. Using up that battery now. Let's see what he can do heading into turn 1. Bit safe through there. He's going to have to put it on the edge a bit more to try and get out of that drop zone. And he's off on his sector 1 time by 0.5 of a second. He needs to find 0.4 on this lap to get out of the drop zone and into the top 10. You're cooked if you're front row turn 1? Yeah, you know what, I would not want to be front row turn 1 either. Is the Haas out of fuel? What's going on? It's slowed down in the middle of the straight there. 5 attempts up, that's not gonna, this is not the lap for him. On board with the Alpine here. Going for Ascari, I think this is a preparation lap. The RB in P16, what can he do to try and get out of that drop zone? Like the cut-off is a 1:21.0. That's the Audi of Alfonso Dragon retires. Oh, very scrappy through there for the RB. And I think he's decided to abort that lap, which means he is out of Q2 as the checkered flag falls now. On board now with the Ferrari P11. He's 2 temps off, which will be good enough to put him into the top 10. Can he keep it nice and tidy through sector 3? Getting a slipstream from the car in front, that will be very helpful. He's also going to have some dirty air. No, he's not. The car has moved out of the way. Towards the line now we go with the Ferrari P11 right on the edge. Can he do it? Can he get out the top zone? Or will he fail at the final hurdle here? And he doesn't improve enough to get out of the drop zone. P11 for the Ferrari. Now with the Alpine at P12, the only one who will be able to get himself out of the drop zone, who is currently 2 temps up, that needs to find another 10 in sector 3 here if he wants to get out of that drop zone. Towards the final corner we go, no battery left, will it be enough? Is it going to be fast enough to get into that top 10 and out of the drop zone? We head towards the line now, taking the wider line, using up all the battery left, absolutely frying those circuits. And he improves up to P10, knocking the Red Bull down out into the drop zone. He's got to be happy with that one in the Alpine. And that Red Bull, he is going to be mighty disappointed with that. That concludes Q2, the second RB, a Mercedes out after a collision, an Audi, a Haas, a Ferrari and a Red Bull in the drop zone as well though. That is not what you would expect. The Williams man topping the session again with only 1 lap as well. Impressive stuff on his debut session. I think it's his debut session. Can anyone best the Williams man going into Q3? That is the question. Watch out Watch out for the Cadillac in P4, who got through on P4 on mediums. Can he do it? Can anyone usurp the Williams today? Or is it a day of blue? The top three covered by 8/100ths of a second. Crazy stuff. I am back. A banker on a medium. Let's see what you can do. 10 minutes of Q3, and there's a lot of cars on track right now. A little train is forming, which may impede them. I'm gonna start doing the commentary like I'm Will Buxton from Drive to Survive. So, to put your car on pole, you need to drive the fastest. The person who goes the fastest will start the race first. I actually can't. Who is that that's about to start a lap? Is it... Was I right with this? Yeah, Aston? No. The Williams. What's the Williams man going to do? That is the question. On the mediums for a nice banker lap. Oh, that was not the way to take that chicane for the Williams. Riding on board with the Cadillac. What is he going to do? Can they break the 119s in Q3? A 120.1 for the Cadillac. That was a good lap. Can anyone get that? Audi. On board with the Audi here. Oh, my controller has just turned off. New controller batteries. Let's go. Right, I actually can't open these. There we go. Right. The Audi managed to get into P2, but still nobody can overtake the Cadillac in P1 at the moment for pole position, or certainly provisional pole. Williams, though, has been flying all qualifying. If anyone can beat the Cadillac man to pole, it is this Williams here. Heading towards the line now. This is the start of the lap. Need a nice good exit or you'll lose a lot of time down towards turn 1. Heading into turn 1 with the Williams. Nice and tidy through there. Tidy through that chicane. Takes it a bit wide through the first right-hander there. As the Williams crumbling under the pressure. Tidy for Ascari. Tidy through the final corner. What can he do? Towards the line now we go. He's only a 120.8. The Williams is crumbling under the pressure. Only P4. P5 as the Aston Martin goes ahead of him now. With the Red Bull now as he starts his flying lap. Nice and tidy through the first 2 corners. Heading through now to 10th. Down currently through sector 1. Heading now towards Ascari. Towards the line with the Red Bull we go now. Will he improve? He improves up to P2, a phenomenal lap from the Red Bull. Two drivers yet to set a lap. They've only got 2 minutes to do so, or they will start 9th and 10th. The Williams crumbling under the pressure. You'll just be able to get one more run in. On board with the Aston Martin P9 now, yet to set a lap. What can he do? Using up all that battery for sector 1 there. Hopefully he can build enough to have the run to Ascari. Looks quite tidy through there. As the Williams disconnects from the session, that is not what he wants to see. Down we go now towards Ascari. Nice and tidy for Ascari there, that looks super smooth. Heading towards the final corner now, no battery left. Towards the line now. Where's he going to put it? The Aston Martin goes P2 with a 1:20.120, just 11 hundredths off P1. Stormer of a lap at the last minute when it counted. The McLaren now, only 30 seconds to get to the line and set a lap here. Will he make it? A little slide through the chicane there for the McLaren. Towards Ascari again now with the McLaren. .208 miles per hour top speed. Nice and tidy for Ascari. And he's going to get a slipstream from the car in front down the back straight towards the final corner here. Off of his teammate. Beautiful teamwork going on there. Can the McLaren beat the Cadillac and get pole position here? Towards the line we go with McLaren now. Up to P6, nobody can beat the Cadillac. And the Williams down to P10 after topping the first 2 sessions. That concludes Q3. The Cadillac on pole. The Aston just 100th behind him. And there is your top 10. The Williams, after topping the first 2 sessions, will start P10 due to disconnecting and also fumbling his lap. The Cadillac starts P1 with a sensational lap that the Aston just couldn't quite match. Keep your eyes peeled for turn 1 here. There's always chaos at Monza. So we begin the formation lap now. Will it be incident free, or will someone crash on the formation lap? Who knows? The Cadillac on pole, the Aston Martin not far behind at all. The front two starting on hards, mediums behind, just a mix of hard and mediums. Those hard tyres will be cold at the start. All the cars now heading towards the grid. Watch out for the Audi in P3 and the Red Bull in P4 on those medium tyres, which will have more heat. Can they get a move done into turn 1? And watch out for the Williams, who disconnected but is now back. They were pretty rapid in Q1 and Q2. They may be able to make something of this race yet. We're going to ride on board with the Aston Martin in P2 here. As three drivers get DSQ'd on the formation lap. What is going on here? What is happening here? On board now. And it's 5 lights out and away we go. The Aston Martin getting an incredible launch off the line and beating the Cadillac here. Can the Cadillac fight back into turn 1? He cannot. The Aston Martin is through to P1 as cars behind crash into each other. This Cadillac gets up to P3, the McLaren up to P5. RB beats the Ferrari up to P10. On board now with the Cadillac in P2. As the Alpine going slowly loses out in positions. The Red Bull Mika gets through to P3. Cadillac now closing in on the rear diffuser of P1 and the Aston. He's going to make a move before the Ascari straight here. and the Aston Martin fight back down the straight. He's got the speed, he's got the battery, and he's back through to P1. Great start. Is the Cadillac going to try and fight back into the Ascari, or is he going to wait and try and overtake it to the final corner? Down the road straight now. Both have the same amount of battery. The Cadillac just hanging back, biding his time, saving that battery. He's going to get overtake mode. What can he do now? Down the main straight towards turn 1. He's got a better exit. Or does he, as the Aston just starts to pull away, using up all the battery. As the Cadillac, as Mika loses out the McLaren and the Cadillac. And the McLaren through into P3 on the Cadillac. Little snapper on the exit there though. Can the McLaren defend it, or the Cadillac take advantage? On board now with the Cadillac in P2, just not able to catch up to that Aston Martin as of yet. Watching the McLaren and the Cadillac fighting for their final podium spot here as well. As the Cadillac is close up to the Aston for the lead of the race, can he make a move down the straight towards Ascari? He's got overtake mode, he's got that extra power, but will it be enough to get him close? It doesn't seem like it. Aston Martin will hold him off for now. But what about down the next straight and towards the final turn? Tidy for Ascari, gets on that battery early, but the Aston's just pulling away again. The Aston's now out of battery. Can the Cadillac close up enough to overtake? Doesn't, decide to play it safe. But no, he doesn't. He dives down the inside of the Aston Martin and he's through into P1. What a move. But the Aston is fighting back now with everything he's got with the battery, and they are going almost wheel to wheel. The Aston now gaining time on the Cadillac, and this battle is sensational. They've already gained 3 seconds on P2. The Audi is not far off P2 at all here though. Back on board with the Cadillac in P2. Can he get a move done and make it stick this lap? As the McLaren scrapping wheel to wheel with the Audi and the Cadillac for that final podium spot as well. Can they make a move, or will it be another Cadillac double podium? Cadillac now just biding his time, rebuilding that battery. Gaining time for Ascari there. Using up the battery on the exit. He has a lot more battery. He has overtake. Is he going to gain though? He's gained half a tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths. He's closing rapidly on the rear of that car. Doesn't make a move yet. Goes down the inside now, coming out of that turn, but it's not quite enough to get ahead before them. And now it's a drag race down towards turn 1 between these two cars. It looks like the Aston Martin is winning it. But the Cadillac is going to go for a move. No, he has a little sniff, has a little thing, but decides not to, and he backs out of the inside there. The lower midfield, we've got the Red Bull of Mika all the way down in P10 now. What has happened to him? He was P3 at one point. The Red Bull teammate P7 closing in on the McLaren and the Alpine, who are scrapping over P5. And the McLaren gets through. What can he do now? Can he hunt down the Audi in front of him? Back on board with the Cadillac in P2. Towards Ascari now. He's got overtake, but does he have enough battery to make a move down into Ascari? He does not. He has to play it safe and way behind. Nobody's got any penalties yet. Cadillac gaining, has a think, has a look, decides not to make the overtake. And now wheel to wheel, it's a drag race to turn 1 yet again between these two. The Aston just wins out yet again on lap 5 of 27 now. Cadillac lost out to the Aston, but his teammate is up 2 positions. The Red Bull down in 10th, down 6 positions, and the McLaren, a hybrid, is up 4 positions into the top 10, into those point scoring positions. Nothing doing yet. He's running wide now with the other Aston Martin, who is on the tail with the Alpine fighting for P6. And we have our first penalty for the RB of Teletubby06. It's cut the track limits too many times already. Lap 5. I'm sure that'll be the first of many penalties. The Aston now gaining towards Ascari. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. On board with the McLaren though, scrapping out with the Audi and Cadillac, as the Audi looks to make a move on the Cadillac. There's another 3-second penalty for the RB in P11 this time. It's not a good day for RB and track limits here, is it? And the RB's made a move for P10. And the Red Bull, Mika now just fading, falling behind. He's got a better run out in the final corner now, towards the line now. And they are wheel to wheel. Drag racing turn 1. Who's going to brake first? Will it be the Red Bull? Will it be the RB? And the RB will brake later. But he goes off and he goes wide. And he got a 10-second penalty for cutting the corner as well. Disappointing stuff for the RB there, as the Red Bull plays it safe. The Alpine now getting very close to the Aston for P6 here. He might have even touched there. And the Ferrari P12 getting a bit close to each other. And how is our leader doing? Our leader is still ahead of the Cadillac here. The Cadillac just not able to gain enough ground to make the move stick. What is happening to this Cadillac? But he'll get overtake this lap. Maybe that can help him as he gets a much better exit out of turn 1 here. And into the lead of the race through goes the Cadillac. And the Red Bull of Mika regains P10. And the Aston comes through again. Had more battery to spare. And the Cadillac is going to make a move down the inside. We go into turn 1. Great wheel-to-wheel racing. Who's going to come out ahead? It looks like the Cadillac. Sensational stuff. But the Aston getting on the grass a little bit and making a move down outside here. The Cadillac is just not able to make the move stick at all. It's the ride of the other Cadillac. He's lost out to the McLaren on this lap. But he's looking down the inside here. And he won't make the move. The other Aston, who are still scrapping over P7. They've dropped off from the Alpine P6 a little bit, but that fight is far from over here. The Audi now looking to make a move on the Cadillac, and even maybe the McLaren plays it safe, stays behind them. As we have our first DNF of the session, what happened here to the Alpine? Going slowly down the main straight. The Cadillac round the outside with the final corner. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't. The Aston with the inside line just edges out ahead. The Aston doesn't have a lot of battery. The Cadillac does. Down towards turn 1 we go. Who's going to be late on the brakes? Who's going to come out ahead? The Cadillac going in strong there. The Aston looking for the switchback doesn't get the move done. Now the Cadillac is back in the lead of this race. Aston coming up fast behind, down the outside, into the first chicane in sector 1, will come out ahead again. The lead changes again between the Aston Martin and the Cadillac driver. The Audi now getting very close to the McLaren in 3rd place here. And the Cadillac, right on the outside wheel of the Audi, just can't make the move on, not got the grip. They'll go now towards the Ascari. Who's got the battery to make a move? Who's got the battery to defend? Looks like the Cadillac has the most. down we go now, towards the sky. Cadillac looking at the inside bravely early on the inside. Gets the move, will he make it stick? Yes he does. The Audi though will fight back with a better exit. Alongside once again, 3 passes and keeps his P4. And McLaren in front meanwhile, just regaining some battery while the other 2 scrap it out. As our Cadillac now is dropped off from the Aston Martin here. It's not able to make a move stick well enough to stay in the lead. As the Audi pits off of his medium tyres on lap 9. Alpine P5 getting close behind the Cadillac here. Cadillac got a better exit though. And our Cadillac in P2 is caught right back up again as he slides through the chicane towards the Aston Martin. Nothing doing yet. He's gaining. Gap's now 4 tenths, 5 tenths. He's lost a bit through those corners. He's gained again through that corner though. Who's going to have the better run down to Ascari? It looks like the Aston Martin as he pulls away 2 tenths in that one exit alone. This Cadillac is having a rough day trying to catch up to the Aston Martin here. He's going to get a better drive down the straight towards the final corner. The Aston has overtake. The Aston has more battery. The Cadillac has overtake. He's gaining. Only gained a 10th and a half to 2 tenths there though. It's not enough to make a move for the lead of the race here. Right on board now, the Aston 7 getting very close to the back of the Red Bull P6. Staying behind, trying to get the overtake mode ready for the next lap though. Keep an eye on these 2. As the Cadillac gets passed by the Alpine and is now P5. But he's gaining right up to the back of that Alpine. Going down the inside here now. Who's going to make it? Who's going to break data into turn 1? The Alpine and Cadillac getting so close to each other here. The Alpine going for the switch, but the Cadillac shuts the door on that. Back up to P4. The V-Carb very close here. He gets another penalty for track limits. How many penalties is that now? 16 seconds of penalties for the RB. I don't know why he's battling at this point. With the Cadillac, who's now P5 again. Is he going to try and stick it down the inside? No, he's going to wait. Is he going to try and make a move into Ascari? He's got the battery. The Alpine doesn't have the battery for it. The Alpine is now out of battery and the Cadillac is gaining. And he's gaining towards Ascari. It's not enough again though. The Cadillac struggling today to make a move still. Aston Martin on the back of the Red Bull here. The Red Bull doesn't have the battery to defend. The Aston Martin has the overtake, has the battery, has the speed, makes the pass, nice and simple. The Red Bull though is going to fight back down the main straight with overtake mode now. And the Aston loses overtake, the Red Bull gains overtake, and he gains on this corner exit. Wheel to wheel now down the main straight. Who's it going to be? Into turn 1, the Aston's just pulling ahead now. As the V-Carb gets another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Disappointing day for V-Carb. Lap 11 of 27 now. And the Aston is holding on to the lead of the race. But the Cadillac, as always, close behind, like a shark circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to pounce. Will it be this lap? Probably not, as he loses time down the straight towards Ascari before he starts to gain a bit. Posting into Ascari, nice and tidy through there. And he's gained through Ascari. He's gaining on the exit. He's using up the battery now. The Aston is out of battery. Cadillac has a lot more. Can he make a move into turn 1 here? 80% battery versus 50 with overtake mode. It's a no-brainer really. The Cadillac can have an easy pass here. And he does. Passes the Aston. Aston is left in his dust. But the Aston's now getting the slipstream and using that battery to get back alongside and towards turn 1. Into the pits goes the other Cadillac. Into the pits goes the Red Bull and P7. His medium tyres just not holding on after 11 laps now. The leaders of this race are coming up in traffic now. His lap cars could be an advantage for the Aston if he gets overtake from them. Past them, clear of the traffic. The Cadillac now making the move into Ascari. Will he make it stick? Or will the Aston get a better drive out of Ascari? Regain the lead of the race, and he will. He's trying to stay behind to get the battery, to get the overtake mode. It's just like DRS chicken. But instead of DRS, it's overtake now. The Cadillac leads, but the Aston gets the overtake. And hopefully we get the move done and it's turn 1 with that extra battery power. Gaining now, gaining all the time down the main straight. It will be very close if he decides to make the move and he doesn't make the late lunge, plays it safe. Cadillac able to make the lead of the race stick on him for now. Watch out for that later on. We have full course yellow. Is it a safety car? We have a safety car. What has happened here? Surely the leaders will pit now. Cadillac get on the lead of the race just in time here with the safety car. Into the pits goes the Cadillac, into the pits goes the Aston. Into the pits goes the McLaren as well. Is anyone going to try to stay out for track position here? The Audi might. His tyres are only 4 laps old. The other Cadillac only on 1 lap old hards. The Alpine up into P3 there. No, back down in P4. As someone's retired from the session, what happened to the V-carb there? Lots of incidents already here. it's going to be another lap on the safety car here. It really will be a sprint to the finish on these fresh tyres here. And I couldn't pick someone to come out on top here. The Aston and the Cadillac battling it out all race so far. The Audi has struggling on those tyres. They're 7-lap old hards already. It will be safety car in this lap. And the cars are going to bunch together now. What kind of restart are we going to get from the Cadillac in first? Is he just going to absolutely go for it? Is he going to build it up to the line? And slowly trying to get as much heat into those tyres as he can. The Aston, just like the Iceman, just stand waiting. When will the Cadillac go? The Cadillac's still waiting here. And the Cadillac's gone and he's got the jump on the Aston Martin here. What a sensational start, as the McLaren immediately moves up to 3rd place. Or will he? Who's going to be late on the race? As the Audi goes straight on into the side of the Aston Martin. Oh my god. What is going on there? Horrific start for that Aston. Lost out almost a second now to the Cadillac. And the Cadillac might just be able to peel away here. The Alpine up into P3, McLaren back up to P3 now though, battling it out once again. Can the Aston catch up to the Cadillac now, or is it too late? Did he get damage? His wings look intact, it doesn't look like there's any damage. But time will tell. Cadillac can just breathe a little bit easier here. Got just a little bit more of a gap to work with compared to before. Yeah, Alpine getting close to the McLaren here, but not close enough. But he will get that overtake mode. Alpine gets past the McLaren once again, but they are still very close to each other. The Alpine just going late, going deep. Can the McLaren make the move stick? No, he cannot. Loses out on the exit there. As the Red Bull of Mika up to P6 here from P10. What a recovery so far after the safety car. The Cadillac on the McLaren here. Not able to get past. Very cheeky by the McLaren there. The Alpine in 3rd now has a 3-second penalty for cutting the corners too many times. That could make a very interesting podium here. Cadillac and McLaren scrapping, but McLaren is off track ahead. Cadillac gets past the McLaren with ease here. As the Alpine in his sights. But will the McLaren have more battery to battle with? Side by side they go. The Alpine loses 2 positions to the McLaren and the Mercedes. And the Mercedes, the Cadillac and the McLaren. Going into turn 1 here, the McLaren goes deep again. Cadillac looking for the switchback, doesn't get it done and loses out on that podium spot again. Cadillac trying to fight back as the Alpine 3 cars into the same corner here, and the Cadillac's back down to P5. Much better exit out the corner though. Will he try and stick it down the inside here? No, he won't. Aston catching up for the lead here to the Cadillac in P1. The Red Bull Amiga gets a penalty as well. That will drop him down the order. Losing more of this recovery drive here. Three cars now going for a scurry. 3 cars going down the straight towards the final corner. Who will come out on top again here? Will it be McLaren? Will it be Alpine? Will it be Cadillac? As the Aston Martin is just taking the lead of the race. But the Cadillac will try and fight back here. He's got overtake. He's got battery. Can he make a move work down this turn 1 here for the lead of the race? He's got the slipstream. He is gaining. He pulls out. And he's ahead once again going into turn 1. What can the Aston do to battle this? Nothing doing there. Oh, the other Aston falls down the order there, going down the main straight. The Cadillac has made the move work in turn 1 here. But the Alpine gets by yet again. Three-way fight for P3, a battle for the lead. Who is going to come up? This podium could be anyone yet. Aston now making the move towards the Ferrari. Cadillac, just come and let him pass, let him use that battery up. Using the slipstream to stay close. Just not gaining enough down this back straight. Is he going to make the move on the main straight though towards turn 1? Looks like it. He gets a good exit. Gets a good drive. Using up the battery now. Using that overtake though to his advantage. Getting the slipstream too. Gaining, and he's pulling out. He's alongside. And he is ahead. Will the Aston try and battle it? He can't. He's not got the battery. He's not got the speed. The Cadillac is back ahead for the lead of the race here. Aston lost out some positions, lost out to the Ferrari as the Ferrari goes straight on there through the boards, through the polystyrene, trying not to get the penalty, cutting the corner, but he gets the penalty anyway. Unlucky, unfortunate for the Ferrari here. As the Cadillac has lost out to the Aston for the lead here. Waiting patiently, biding his time. Is he going to make move into the Ferrari? Is he going to make move into the final corner? Turn 1 even. No, he's going for the move now. He's back past the Aston Martin and off into the distance. The McLaren is gaining on both of them now. Could the McLaren potentially be a contender for the lead of this race if he can gain that time? Only 2.5 seconds behind them. Cadillac now just pulling out and ahead of that Aston Martin a bit. He won't have overtake, but he does have a full battery to use here. The Aston gaining on the Cadillac all the time. He's gaining. It's not going to be enough though going towards turn 1 here, or is it? No, he decides to play it safe. Doesn't send it down the inside. Out of battery now. That will give the Cadillac some breathing room here. 5.5 laps to go in this race now. The lead can still be up for grabs for the Aston or the Cadillac. The McLaren has gained 2 tenths of him. Cadillac just pulling away a bit towards the Ferrari there. Coming now towards the final corner. Aston Martin's just not able to gain the time back. He's not got the battery. He will get overtake again, but it's just not got enough battery to fight back at that Cadillac right now. We head now down the main straight past the pits. Lap 23 of 27 here. The Aston gained a lot down the main straight, but not enough to make a move. So we look now, the Alpine, the other Cadillac, the Red Bull now battling with them. The Aston Martin has dropped behind. The McLaren has pulled ahead 4.5 seconds from that Cadillac. The Alpine gaining on that Cadillac. Is he going to try and make the move? No, he decides to stay behind and play it safe. Going now then through the first right-hander, through the second right-hander, down the straight now towards Ascari. Will there be a move? Has he got the speed? He might do. And he again stays behind. The Red Bull closing in slowly, surely, lap by lap. Alpine then closing on the Cadillac once again towards the final corner, staying back yet again, biding his time, playing it safe, waiting for a slip up from the Cadillac that he can just use to his advantage. But the Red Bull is right there with him now, only 3 tenths behind. The Alpine is not able to gain, he's without battery. The Red Bull gets past the Alpine here. And the Red Bull gaining on the Cadillac. Is he going to try and make it? He won't make it. Oh, he does. The Cadillac locks up. They're wheel to wheel now. Cadillac stays ahead. The Alpine squeezes through past the Red Bull again. What a battle here, just with P4, just outside the podium. The Alpine's out of battery. The Red Bull is just almost alongside. He's going to look down the inside to make a move, and there's no move there to be made. As the Alpine also gets a 30-second penalty here. Yo. Aston's closed him on the Cadillac again. And the Aston's past the Cadillac. The Cadillac not letting him go up into the distance and get overtake. He's got battery. Is he going to make a move into turn 1 here with overtake? He's got a better exit. He's got more speed. The Aston now just using that battery to try and pull ahead. Cadillac in the slipstream here. Cadillac regains the lead of this race, and the Aston can't do anything to fight it. Side by side now, and the Cadillac stays ahead. Cadillac sliding, staying ahead again. Aston just not able to make the move yet. Aston's gaining, it's pulling alongside. Who's it going to be? Cadillac fighting it into turn 1. And he does, he makes the overtake, he makes the move. Aston though, fighting back, and stays ahead. Great side-by-side racing here from them. Just a lap and a bit here to go. The battle for P4 still going on here as the Red Bull gets ahead of the Alpine again. And Cadillac just not able to gain. He's gaining now towards Ascari. Oh yeah, there's the penalty point. Aston Martin here could get P4 still, just because of penalties. We start the final lap now. The Cadillac has more battery, but Aston doesn't have any battery to defend with. The Cadillac gets past here. And the Aston can't do anything to combat that move. Cadillac with the overtake. Can the Cadillac hold the lead of the race for the last lap here? It's going to be a battle right down to the line. Aston still behind. They've been battling the whole time. As someone is off. The Haas has got off track in sector 3 here. And the McLaren is DNF'd. What has happened to the McLaren in P12 of hybrid? Cadillac still ahead here. Oh, and the Aston Martin receives a 3-second penalty. The lead is all but secured for the Cadillac here, unless he makes a mistake. It's a great battle for the lead, but the Cadillac just was able to consistently keep that pressure and keep that lead. And now around the final corner, up to the line, and it's going to be a win for the Cadillac. It's going to be P2 for the Aston and P3 for the McLaren here. What a race. As people cross the line now, taking the checkered flag. The Aston promoted up to P6, the Audi up to P7, the Red Bull down to P8. The Red Bull back up to P6 as the Alpine is demoted down to P7 after penalties. What a race. Cadillac first and fourth, Aston second and fifth. It's a real battle for them two now.